Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage the Prime Minister of New Zealand, the Right Honourable Christopher Luxon.
Namaste, kia ora. It is great to see you all. What an amazing crowd, what incredible energy we have here in this room, and we are in for a truly incredible, unforgettable night together tonight. Well, friends, tonight New Zealand makes history. For the first time in 40 years, an Indian Prime Minister stands on New Zealand soil. 40 years. That is far too long between visits from family. Far too long from visits from family. But Prime Minister Modi, let me say, on behalf of 5 million New Zealanders, you are worth the wait. And take a look around tonight, because there are 10,000 plus people here. And I have to say, from all over New Zealand, and this is one of New Zealand's top venues, and it has seen some of the world's biggest stars, but I have never felt an atmosphere like this in this auditorium. And this isn't just a crowd, it feels like a family reunion that's been waiting 40 years in the making. Prime Minister, the friendship between our two countries has never been stronger. And when I visited you in Delhi last year, you welcomed us like family, and you said something that I have never forgotten. You called the Indian community here in New Zealand a living bridge between our two nations. And tonight, standing in this room, we see that bridge in full. Prime Minister, I first experienced your country long before I entered politics. And I was in my mid-20s as a young executive with Unilever Hindustan Lever, and that was when I first visited India. And I still remember it vividly, because in those days I observed workers being paid at the end of each day, often with a handful of coins, because a day's wage was counted in coins. And that was the India I first met. Full of energy, full of talent, full of potential, but a low-income country. But gee, look at India today, because I have been back many times since. And every single time I go, I am struck all over again by the remarkable energy, the dynamism, and the innovation of the Indian people. But I want to say it is the transformation that Prime Minister Modi has led that takes my breath away. India now has one of the largest middle classes in the world, with 445 million people and still growing. And with those higher incomes, families can enjoy better food, take holidays, send their children to study, and save for retirement. That is not a small thing. That is one of the greatest advances in human dignity the world has ever seen. And Prime Minister Modi, it has happened under your leadership. In just the last decade, 250 million Indians were lifted out of poverty. The number of airports more than doubled to 157. About 95,000 kilometres of brand new highways have been built. I'm telling you, that's enough to drive from New Zealand to India and back again 8 times. And India has landed a spacecraft on the moon's South Pole, the first nation on Earth to do that. It hosted the G20, and it will soon be the world's 3rd largest economy. The 21st century will be shaped by India, and New Zealand wants to help build that future with you. And that is why this year we did something historic together. We signed the New Zealand-India Free Trade Agreement, opening a market of 1.4 billion people to our Kiwi exporters and also creating opportunities for Indian businesses here in New Zealand.